Hello everyone. In a previous session, we have discussed about the brief summary of Othello. In this session, I would like to discuss about some major and important theme which can help us to improve our illustration and the criticism on Othello so we can understand deeply. For a better understanding, we need to know the some important themes. So here I have put it some of the important themes. The first one, which is talks about appearance versus reality. Then it comes race, then pride, magic, order versus chaos, self knowledge, good versus evil. These are some of the leading themes which I have tried to cover up in this session, and it can help us to improve in our reading for Othello. So the first one, which is talks about appearance versus reality, especially relevant to the issue of Iago's character. For although he is called honest by almost everyone in the play, he treacherous and deceitful and manipulative. This also applies to Desdemona, as Othello's believe that she is deceitful and impure, although she is really blameless and innocent. For uh, for better understanding, I would like to give an example of coin. Every coin has a two sides, which is the most famous phrase or the example. We know that every coin has a two sides. So same way, what we are seeing, that is appearance, but what we cannot understand, that's the reality. So means every human are making some of the show off, but actually they want to hide their true face. So that's their true reality, that's known as appearance and reality. So for a better understanding, here in this first slide we will find an example of Iago, that everyone in this play thinks that he was a great man, honest man. But the Desdemona is bad woman, she has an affair and some other things. So it can prove that what the actual appearance is a wrong, and what are the reality is far away from the appearance, so that we have to understand. Here the references came from an Iago and Desdemona, but the question arises in our mind that why we are studying the old English drama in the 21st century. So friends, the only reason is to we have to find out Iagos from our life. That's why we are studying this. So what are the purpose behind it? The simple purpose or the motive is to improve our life. How we can improve? By studying other people's life. So that is the reason that people says that literature is a mirror of society. So if you want to prove that, how? So that this kind of people like Iago's, Desdemona, Othello's kind of people are at the end of representation of societies. It's came out from society, so it's in a mirror image of society. So that is the way that we can illustrate, understand our community, culture, whatever we want to understand. So that's why literature has a vast range, and it is a very deep and that a very deep meaning that we have to understand. So that are the relevant the idea or concept about appearance versus reality. Let's move ahead with the next slide. Second slide focus on this theme contribute greatly to the tragedy, as Iago is able to engineer his scheme due to the perception of others of his honesty. Why Iago is successful? His appearance and the reality is different, but people are not able to find his true identity or the reality just because people believe on him. They trust him. So the honesty is the most important thing in everyone's life, friends. That we have to keep in mind that if we will lose that faith, then it's taken too much time to get one more time their faith. Othello's decision to murder his wife is hastened by a conversation in which Cassio speaks of Bianca. Othello assumes the man is talking about an affair with Desdemona. So here in this slide we will find two things which is talks about appearance and reality. The first one about the appearance of Iagos, the honest man. So it's a represent him as an honest. That's why everyone believe in him. But the true reality, the jealousy of Iago, no one will find there. The same situation came with an Othello. Othello, in his jealous, he will not able to understand it is a trick. It is a gimmick. It's a trick made by Iago. He believed that the Cassio, the best friend of Desdemona, but they are not best friends. They have an affair. He thinks that when Cassio meet with the Bianca, he supposed that it is a Desdemona. So friends, the reality is different from what Othello was assuming. So that is the thing. So in the third one, misrepresentation allow Iago to gain a trust and manipulate other people. He is able to appear to be honest in order to deceive and misdirect people. Although the word honest is usually used in an ironic way. Throughout the text, most characters in the play go through the crisis of learning who and who not to trust. Yes, the last line is the most important, and the word honest and the iron. So, in this play, we find that the representation of word honest is in a satire. It's a satire of Iago's honesty. That it is a true honest man? No. It's a jealous man, ambitious man who want to get in a power position anyhow. He is ready to kill anyone to get a success in his life. He want to secure his power position. So in this way we can say that the Iago is not an honest man. It's a traitor, cheater. At the same way, what we learn from Iago that with whom or who and who not to trust. That is the important thing which we learn from by reading this play that they want to say. Most of them unfortunately trust in Iago's honesty. Yes, everyone, every people of this drama, we find that everyone are trusting whatever Iago says, they accept. They are not in a single time make an argument. So that is the problem with the other character also. This leads to the downfall of many. Yes, we find that every characters are character downfall just because of they become a pawn of Iago's game. That's why. As this trust in Iago's honesty became a circle contribute to their undying. Discovering or unconvincing reality would have changed the course of the play. That it's become problematic at the end. What we find that it's become a crucial contribute to their undoing. Discovering and conveying reality would have changed the course of the play. Yeah, the turning point, or the ending of the play become very tragic just because of the every single character of the play are manipulated by Iago. The second one, which is talks about race. Friend, if we are in India, it's always, uh, if we want to separate people or make a discriminate between them, so by we will prefer with caste. First we will prefer caste, then it comes religion. Third one is about an food chain. A fourth one talks about an a language, which language you speak. So that is the means India is a diversified country, so you will find so many ways to make an differentiate between two people. But when we see worldwide, then it's become a race and class. Only two measurement are there. Class is divided in three position: upper class, middle class, and lower class. But when it's come about a race is divided in two portion: white and black. It is more horrible than caste conflict. But whenever someone says racism, it's always look towards Africa, the African continent, how that the people has faced the problem in white world, how they survive, the beginning, the history of Africa continent with the savage or the slavery, and then how they improve their life, but still they are facing a problem. But the root are deep for a race. If we go to the Bible, we find that whenever someone says devil or that darkness or that witchcraft, in our mind the only one color comes, that's black. When someone says purity, goodness, peaceful, anyhow, it's a look, it always go with a white. So that is the problem with our mindset, that devil means all the black thing are bad. Good, God, truth, peace, whatever we want to define, we will define with white color. So that is the race. So it's a worldwide discrimination by race. So in this play also we find another racism. So let's see. Race is an extremely important theme, as it leads to Othello's insecurity, which Iago is able to manipulate. This, despite this standing and military powers, Othello never feels comfortable in Venice because of his otherness. As a Moor, he is constantly stereotyped as a savage or an animal. Even though he speaks eloquently and displays more gentlemanly qualities than those who judge him. Thus, Othello previously himself to be a raw outsider, though he is nothing of an sort. So means that Iago and that the fight of Othello is a difference. How it is different by a thought process of an believing. At the end, Iago is from a Venice, but the protagonist of this work is an outsider. He is not belong to a same caste and that same culture, same religion, or that same place. Just because that the world has a very bad, dark history, which is that savage or Moor or that animal. Just because in English literature, whenever someone says savage means the African people, so it's in a wrong connotation, that it's a very difficult to put as an some outsider as an a hero. So it can be possible if the writer is Shakespeare. Just because if you see the a parallel writer from a Shakespearean age, or that properly Elizabethan age, you will not find that kind of bravery that you will put some outsider as a hero. But still, there is a criticism on that also, that race means the racism. It shows that the power that at the end Iago become a center of the play, but actually truly we want to see Othello as in a power position or the leading, but just because of the tragedy on stage someone has to die, and in this play we will find our protagonist is dying. So that is the terrible thing. And one more thing which says about race, the all senate member are against to the marriage of Desdemona just because of the outsider, and especially with the black moor. So that was the problem of other people also, which we have seen. Othello's race set him apart and makes him very self-conscious. It makes him work hard and look careful after his reputation. So he is regarded as an equal to the white people that surrounded him. This has perhaps lead to his success. But the prejudice that surrounded him, especially with the respect to his marriage to Desdemona, has a tragic consequence. Yes, just because a white woman getting married with a black Moor, which is quite not acceptable in English society still. So in the Elizabethan time, that a Senate member's daughter getting married to one of the military commander, and that commander is Moor or that savage, it cannot be accepted by anyone. Cannot digest this news also that Desdemona can fall in love with Othello. Why? Just because the problem of skin color. The second one talks about pride. Uh, Pride shows the honor also. Othello is defensively proud of himself and his achievement, and especially proud of the honorable appearance he presents. The allegation of Desdemona's affair hurt his pride even more than they inflamed his vanity and jealousy. He wanted to appear powerful, accomplished, and moral at every possible instance, and when this is almost denied to him, his wounded pride become especially powerful. Like in Indian culture also, that girls or the particularly daughter is in a pride or the honor of the family. So that it's become a property also. So that father and brother are taking a decision behalf of their daughters. Why? Just because they want to make sure that daughter will feel and get good life, and that the good life means get to married within a good persons, rich person, wealthy person, or they can give all the happiness. That's the quite okay. But at the end, the reason the pride has a problem within a woman. Like here we find that the Desdemona effect to Othello by the news of affair within a cashew. At the same way that woman cannot take a decision to marry other people. It's a harm, that it's a damage to the family's reputation. That is the wrong concept. If we can think that girls are the pride of home, so it should be prides, that she has the right or the that regulation or the freedom that she can take a decision that when she go to marry, we have to give a choice to her. But in Indian culture still we are not finding any kind of that freedom, so that daughter can get a chance to find a person. No, still that the arranged marriages we find that fathers and that the families are deciding, means at the end two family will decide the daughter's future. So that these are the things which we have to improve. So uh, let's move ahead. A magic. Othello is in a charge with using a magic to Desdemona merely because he is a black and therefore a pagan. Yet Othello does have a real magic in the world he uses and the stories he tells. Magic also reappear when Desdemona's handkerchief cannot be found. Othello has too much trust in the symbolism and charm of the handkerchief, which is why the object is so significant to him. Yes, so why there is a magic, and it's not that pure magic, it's a witchcraft or black magic. Why? Just because the husband or the lover is black and the woman is white. So the Desdemona's father has put an argument or that blaming on Othello that Othello has used black magic or that to win Desdemona. But actually it's, and that pagan is in a before Christ, when that Christ, Christianity was not born at that time. In European side there is a pagan religion was there, but after that Christianity comes and pagan religion was removed. So it's a always pagan religion has some bad or darker side of magic. So in Christianity people will look pagan religion as a negative connotation. Yet Othello does have real magic in his world. And second time, the magic will come in a handkerchief. Just because in the battle of Middle East, there he get this, and it's made by some of the artists. That's why there is an emotional attachment. But that Othello has to learn, it's from Othello's side that it's just on a handkerchief. If it is not found, quite okay. It is not the representation of love. It is if the it is that much important, but truly the handkerchief is not important, but the person is the most important. Desdemona is still they are together. That's the good thing. But Othello believes in materialism and he thinks that the love symbol which is given by him first time, that the handkerchief, that is the important for him. That Desdemona is not important, but the handkerchief is important. That's the problem of Othello. Order versus chaos. As Othello began to abandon reason and language, chaos takes over. His world begins to be ruled by a chaotic emotion and very shady allegation, with order pushed to the side. This chaos rushes him into a tragedy, and once Othello has sunk into it, he is unable to stop his fate from taking him over. That's the true thing, which we can say that if you will put doubt in someone's mind, then that person will follow that doubt. It cannot be removed if anyone can tell the truth also. Why? Just because in that person's mind the doubt is deep rooted, so that this person will always doubting in everyone respond also. So that was the thing happened within a Othello, which is done by Iago. And that yeah, okay, the self knowledge is there. Othello's lack of self knowledge make him easy prey for Iago. Once Iago inflames Othello's jealousy and sets the darker aspect of Othello's nature in motion. There is a nothing else can do to stop it, since he cannot even admit that he is this darker trace. Yes, just because Othello has not tried to confirm with everyone, he just assuming and accepting whatever Iago said. So that was the problem of Othello. So from this point, we if someone says that that person was telling about you wrong thing, bad thing, so first we have to confirm within a proof, then and then quite accept that, but still not go to go and meet that person. Is it that truth or not? Find it out and try to make settle down, sort it out, but don't make a panic situation for anyone. So that we have to learn from this self knowledge and Othello's condition, that we have to learn. Even after he has murdered his wife and he learned that Iago set a trap for him, Othello is unable to acknowledge the character flaw that were manipulated. He said he is honorable, even in murder. This theme is related to a pride, as Othello's pride blinded him to his weakness, reception his downfall. So, at the same way that the self knowledge is connected with the theme of pride. Why? Just because the pride has that hangover in Othello's mindset that he forget everything, and whatever Iago says he accepts. So that was the mistake. The good versus evil. Next one. Iago's battle against Othello and Cassio certainly count as an embodiment of this theme. Iago and his evil battle to corrupt and turn the flow nature of the other character. And he does succeed to some extent. By the end of the play, neither has win, win, as Desdemona and Emilia are both dead, and Iago relevated and punish revealed and punish. So it's a talks about good and evil thing. So from a good side we will find Desdemona and Emilia. Bad side we will find Iago. And one more time, Othello and Cassio are also from a good side. But there's somehow Othello and Emilia make some mistake. But Desdemona, Cassio are the innocent one who are becoming a part of this dirty trick that played by Iago. So that's the difference between a good and a evil. So that goodness of Desdemona is killed. So and Emilia also, that faith on her husband, blind faith on Iago, that's make her problematic. So both the women, that their trust, the loyalty for their husband, it becoming a problematic for their life also, which we get in a lesson. It's in a if you do feminist reading of Desdemona and Emilia, then it goes to in a wrong connotation. Othello is a tragic character, but one of that neither good or evil. His flaws are easily manipulated, and he is unable to see the truth while blind by pride. He is a good soldier and a good man, but this good is a twisted and the commits an evil act. Yeah, that's the true thing. That Othello is a tragic character, but that's nor good or nor evil. Why? Just because this man is trapped by one of the person's jealousy. Iago's jealousy has manipulated him, and that Othello become manipulate also, and he kill his wife also. So we cannot justify, as I have previously said, that we cannot define him as an nor good or bad, but we can say that that is the tragic flaw or the tragic character of this play. So now let's move ahead. Desdemona is the embodiment of goodness in the play, as she has done no wrong and seeks only to love and help her friend. However, she resign herself to her death out of his goodness. Sometimes your goodness will kill. So the best example that if you are caring for everyone, you will take care of every person's single thing. Any of the time your friends are facing problem, you will always there, you are helping them innocently. But sometimes they are playing with you. If you are not quite intelligent, means they will use you. So be in a practical, don't be in a such a foolish or goodish man or woman. Somehow resist, make a question, and don't go within a flow. Sometimes you need to stop and ask also. That is also an important thing which Desdemona has not done, but we have to. The run of innocence is a key ingredient to tragedy, but one could interpret that Desdemona did not have to suffer her fate. Othello represents a gray area between good and evil, where self-interest cloud even the best intention, and the people on both the side end up dead. Yeah, good and evil, both the side people are dying. So that was the thing. So here I have ended the all major themes. That's a work citation from where I have borrowed this material. So it is important thing that you have to cite in your presentation. So I have cited. Thanks for listening. I hope so you guys get a little bit idea or concept clearing about some important part and some important themes of Othello. Hope so.